Yo, what is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to rank every single Blackwing deck that we have, because we have so many of them, and you guys been consistently asking me, brother, which deck should I play now? You got so many different deck profiles and you're winning with all of them, but which one is actually the best one? Don't worry guys, I got you. Make sure to watch the video to the end of this video, because I really need to explain why I'm making those decisions and why you should be playing certain decks. Okay, this video should also convince some people, like show this to one of your friends if you feel like they're not 100% convinced if they should be playing Blackwings. Now I'm gonna give you 1 million reasons to pick Blackwings, because first of all, like I said, we have so many different versions. Okay, you can, once you get tired, this is also the reason why I'm never gonna able to stop producing Blackwing content, is because once I get bored with one deck, I'll just make another Blackwing version with other cards and other boards and other winning conditions. Like, I got so many wins, man. I can win on my turn, I can win on your turn, I can just, I don't know, just grind this whole shit, and it's beautiful, man. Like, Blackwing has everything that you want. If you wanna play pure Xyz, you can do that. If you want to play pure Synchro, you can do that. If you want to play pure links or whatever, just do that, man. You can do all of that with Blackwings. This is why it's so fun and so good, in my opinion, the best deck overall. But yeah, let's jump into this video. All right, so I got here a couple of tiers. We got tier 0, which is, in my opinion, the best deck right now. And we got Toxic, which is insanely strong and really toxic, and comes, in my opinion, like in second place, second best deck. But could also maybe be tier 0 one, that, like, depending on who your matchup is. It's crazy. Then we got Really Strong, which are really competitive. Okay, so they're not supposed to be like tier 3 or whatever, but they are just, in my opinion, slightly worse than the other ones. And we got just a fun deck that I would only take for locals, not really to big events. And then we got the Joke here, that's just a gimmick. Okay, and we're gonna start off with the Joke one, and it is, in my opinion, the indestructible full armor monster. It used to be actually insane a couple years ago, because at that time your opponent just surrendered, because he knew, okay, I'm not going to be able to out the full armor monster, so why should I just keep on playing? I'll just scoop, man. It doesn't make sense to continue. It was strong, but now decks like Duel, they're just gonna laugh. They're gonna look at your full armor monster and be like, you know what, Nightmare Pain, attack on your full armor monster 3 times, and boom, you already lost. So nowadays it just became a gimmick, a joke, not as serious anymore. But sometimes, man, if you like, one Simoon can give you the indestructible full armor monster, and if even Kaluga if you want to, and so much more. Like, the board is still not a joke, but it's just the ways to, like, you're gonna lose to almost every single hand trap trying to summon this big boy, and that's the only thing that bothers me. And then you also have to play 1 or 2 bricks that can also be really bad for you sometimes. And yeah, it's just, and the X deck isn't that deep. It's just a joke, in my opinion, but like I said, it can be really fun sometimes and toxic. All right, next up, fun deck, pure Blackwing. Okay, not saying this deck is bad or anything, but if you really want to play pure version of Blackwings, then you should be like a competitive pure version. Then I would first decide to play a Bissa Blackwing version, because it's basically the same, just that you're adding a couple more biscuits in there, and then you're calling it Bissa Blackwing. But it's basically also a pure version. But if you really want to play completely pure with no other engine next to it or whatever, it's just a fun deck that will break a lot of times and struggle going second. Which is why I'm just saying, play for fun. If you feel like you wanna be Crow Hogan today, and yeah, just go, I don't know, play your own anime in your head and go and take this deck, whatever. But not going to win any regionals, maybe locals, but yeah, I wouldn't expect more than winning maybe 1 local out of 5-6 times, whatever. All right, next up, let's talk about the Toxic deck, man. Toxic deck is this deck that I created. It is the FTK Blackwing deck that is now running around with Puppet. It is complicated deck, but really strong, and you can add blisters to it, you can add Horus cards to it, you can add so much cards to it, and you're literally playing only one brick in this deck, and that is one rank up card. Besides that, it is no bricks at all. And the best thing, this is why I'm also putting it in second place, is that if your opponent decides to play only hand traps, let's say Lava Golem, Raw Sphere mode, or stupid shit like that, bro, you are literally going to win that game because your opponent isn't even going to get to his turn. Okay, so insane. And against decks like Spooky Darkwood or whatever, don't worry about that shit, man. You're gonna eat that for breakfast. So yeah, this deck is insane. Droll could be a problem. You're not gonna be able to do the FTK on the Droll. But you also have to run into Nibiru most of the times. Not every time, but most of the times. And that's also what bothers me a lot. So Nibiru can be a problem, but doesn't have to be a problem. So that's why I'm putting it on second place. But yeah. And then third place, in my opinion, first of all, we have like a BLACKWING Centurion deck that is pretty consistent. I can't remember the last time I really bricked with this deck. It is really consistent. You can do so many things. It does require a lot of skill because the boards aren't always that insane. But if you use your interruptions wisely and correct, then you can be insane. Also, going second, you'll be able to play through multiple interruptions because most times you're gonna have like access to the field spell, and the field spell is just insane. Unfortunately, King Calamity is gone in Master and in TCG, so that really makes the deck not as good as it used to be, which is why I'm not gonna put it at top 2 anymore. It's not a second place for me anymore. By the way, about the Beats FTK, that is not available in Master just yet. Okay, we gotta wait until we get those gimmick cards for Master, and then I'm gonna show it to you what I mean with this crazy FTK deck. Another really strong deck is the Horus Blackwing deck. I slept on it now for a couple of months, but now I'm starting to make more thoughts about it, and I'm getting more new ideas that I can play this with, and it's still really strong. It also has good follow-up grind game whatsoever. You rarely brick with this deck. It's really good. So yeah, really like this deck a lot. So make sure to not sleep on that. The Horus card is so expensive, which is why I'm currently not too much focused on it, but it's still really strong. Next up, Twisted Blackwing. Insane deck and so much fun. My only issue with this deck is, man, bro, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but sometimes, bro, I brick with somebody having 5 fucking blizzards on my hand and no targets in the graveyard. That's the only thing that bothers me. But once I get paired up with some guy that has a lot of dark or light monsters in the graveyard, bro, it's Merry Christmas. Like, I love playing against Tier or Branded or whatever. I'm always going to eat and chew them up. Like, the Bestial deck is just so fun, and you're always going to see me once in a while playing this deck again. And yeah, man, Bestials and Blackwing, they just work so good together, man. In my opinion, Bestials and Blackwing actually work better than probably any other deck that plays Bestials. Like, it's just this pattern, bro. We are the only deck that can consistently summon this pattern with no issue. Alright, so it just has to be. It has to be. But yeah, like I said, insane deck. Like all of these other Blackwing decks, they're all just beautiful decks. But alright, let's come and finish this. You guys probably can guess what this tier 0 deck is, and it is Kaluga. And now listen to me exactly what I'm trying to tell you, because some people are still trying to tell me otherwise. First of all, this deck does not brick. Okay, just watch my live streams. Within a 3-hour live stream, just last live stream for example, within a 3-hour live stream, playing over 20-30 games or whatever, I've only bricked twice. And let's say that one time wasn't even that bad, to be honest. Let's say one and a half times within 3 fucking hours, bro, in 30 games or whatever. Bro, if that is not consistency, I don't know what it is. So I don't know why some people telling me they're breaking much often with this deck. I cannot relate, bro. I cannot relate. Why is this deck so consistent? First of all, I created our newest edition, newest 1-card combo with Vata. Okay, Vata is a 1-card combo in the Kaluga deck. In no other deck, Vata does shit. Only in Kaluga, it is a 1-card Kaluga combo. And that is already one reason one reason enough to pick this deck. Because, like I said, Vata is a 1-card combo. Zudri, in any other deck, Zudri isn't going to win anything for you guys. Only if you're lucky. But Zudri is a 1-card combo. Vata is a 1-card combo. Simoon obviously is a 1-card combo that actually plays through Nibiru. And then, yeah, Nibiru isn't really a problem in this deck. Like, if your opponent only has 1 Nibiru, most times I'm just gonna eat that. Most times I'm just eating that. Then, what else? Shifter. Shifter doesn't bother this deck at all. You're gonna summon Kaluga on the Shifter, no problem. What else? D-Barrier, not a problem. You're just gonna summon Kaluga. You don't need to go into Synchros, man. If their call exceeds, then you're not gonna summon Kaluga, but then you're still gonna OTK with Synchros. So, insane. Insane. So, basically, one Simoon can play through Shifter, D-Barrier, and an Imperm on Zudri. You're still gonna end up on Kaluga, and that is just too OP, bro. Like, I just won 3 locals in a row, and it's just beautiful. It is so beautiful. This is my proudest creation I've ever done. Oh, by the way, the first guy who actually invented or started playing Kaluga and BLACKWINGs was like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Silent BLACKWING. I'm not sure if it's 7 years ago, but a lot of years ago. Silent BLACKWING was the first guy to play Kaluga and BLACKWINGs before this support came out. But then once we got the new support, I was cooking so much of this deck that I believe like I say, adding Vata as a 1-card starter main made this deck for me at least a tier 1 deck, bro. You might be thinking I'm capping, but if it wasn't tier 1, bro, then how the fuck am I consistently winning locals? And if I'm not winning locals, like, I'm not seeing, bro, I cannot remember the last time I was like worse than the top 4 at locals. I cannot remember that shit. Right? And then nationals, going 10 wins, 1 loss, bro. What the fuck? Sorry, 12 wins. I had 12 or 11 wins and only 1 loss or whatever. Vancouver. Why is this Vancouver? Even back then, I didn't even have Vata yet as a 1-card starter. But even back then, bro, I was on an 8-0 winning record. So it is the best deck if you want to play Kaluga. If you want to play BLACKWINGs, you gotta play Kaluga if you want to be like straight competitive. Because it doesn't lose to single hand traps. Single hand traps will not stop this deck at all. Some people think, oh, you just need to imperm here and there, and bro, I promise you, it's not gonna be enough. Even if they do stop Kaluga, you are still going to have a Soul Dragon, Dispatter, Full Armor Master, Little Knight, maybe even Draco Berserker, Shanga in the graveyard, Shinruk on your hand. Like, there's still so much that you can do even if Kaluga gets somehow stopped. Okay, and this is why I've been saying Kaluga is the best one. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna keep cooking. I got something right now in my mind that I want to do with Horus again, so stay tuned. And if you're not on Patreon yet, consider subscribing to my Patreon if you want to stay updated with all my lists and all my ideas. And yeah, man, I love you guys. Take care and see you guys whenever. Alright, Blackwing best deck.